I'm RB Sensei, and I'm back again to critique some more ridiculous dating nonsense. Let's get it.
I went on 2 dates with a guy and I was rejected at the end of them. I filmed that podcast episode 2 days after that happened, and I've had a lot more reflection on the experience. I reached out to this guy. We were mutuals on Instagram. He had really cool style. I loved his music taste. We went on a date. He enthusiastically wanted a second. Went on the second date to the Met, spent hours at the Met, went to a bar. I asked if he wanted to go on another, and he was like, I'm attracted to you, but I wouldn't want to date you.
You're a victim.
We already know he's a super tall, handsome, charismatic guy because she reached out to him. This guy has a bunch of options and he can afford to be extremely picky. A lot of woes don't have likable personalities. They're not likable people to be around a lot of times.
How dare you?
But here's the thing, for most of their lives, they don't have to be likable, interested, and funny people. They can just be cute. That will get them 90% of the way with 90% of men. The problem is the 10% of men they want and up, it won't get them that far.
At face value, that is just like a blanket rejection statement. Nothing I should necessarily take personally, but I certainly did. And I think the reason I did is because it struck a chord within me that is like probably the most severe insecurity of mine, is that I wouldn't make a good partner. And that is the reason that I have been single for basically ever. And it sort of reinstilled that fear in me that everyone I go on with dates, like that's what they think of me.
I'm not shocked. I mean, the nose ring gave it away that you wouldn't make a good partner. And that sounds ignorant, but it's just a theory that almost, I don't know if it ever failed. Now, what does it mean when an attractive woman like this says, I've never been in a relationship? It means I've been getting pumped and dumped by dudes who are tall and look like models. And I've been settling for that. You wouldn't have to go through that with the bottom 90% of guys, but you would rather keep going through this silly cycle.
So I tried to hook up with this guy, right? And I just couldn't do it because he was just so sweet. Like, he was a really good person.
All this stuff we say in the RP community, women know it's true. That's why it triggers them so much. If I said something ridiculous like most women are running secret layers where they're exploiting flying pigs to make them fancy sweaters, nobody would care about that. Nobody would get triggered and mad about that because it's just ridiculous and absurd.
Like, wait, what?
Objectively, were he and I just probably not a great match? Yes. Yes, that probably was it. Was it probably him just not really feeling the connection and then fumbling the rejection? Yes, I think that is more likely the case here. Was it me taking his words a little too personally? Yes. Was it a weird thing to do after a 5-hour date with a second location? Also, yes.
Man, get off that. It's over. It ain't nothing nobody can do about it now.
Subscribe and hit the bell. It really helps the channel grow. Like and comment as well. Thank you.
I think it's super easy to hear the situation when you personally were not physically there, emotionally there, experiencing it and saying like, what's the big deal? Get over it. I totally hear you, but maybe me coming off the back of a guy just ghosting me and just this has been my dating experience, is being rejected. I am definitely someone who experiences rejection sensitivity. It's very common among people with complex PTSD and autistic people, both of which I am.
That was a lie.
You've had more opportunities than most humans on this earth to get a successful relationship, even with autism, if you even have it. A cute girl with autism has way more options than the average guy who's even a 9.
You don't know that.
And I have handled rejection before. I have dealt rejection, and it still wasn't the same as this circumstance. People in the comments were like, well, at least he was honest. Like, would you have rather he ghosted you? I'm not sure I would rather he have ghosted me, but maybe if he knew he couldn't deliver it kindly in that moment, send a follow-up text being like, hey, I really enjoyed getting to know you, but I don't think it's a match. And yes, maybe I'm just too sensitive. Maybe that is the case.
You know, you're really cool, you're pretty or whatever, but I wouldn't date you long term. Is that really so cruel? You don't think she said something 10 times harsher in her life to some guy she didn't like? I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. You don't think she ever laughed in a guy's face who just tried to come up and get her number?
I guarantee it.
I think my emotional capabilities is one of the most beautiful things about me, and it is what enables me to connect with people so easily. And on that note, I have been contemplating what it means to be told you're too much. This is something that I have heard before from my friends' partners. They'd be like, oh, like whoever ends up with Kendall has to be able to handle all that phrase, and the concept of being too much so deeply confuses me. When I hear that, it makes me think that there's something extra about myself that like my partner will have to bear.
I don't want to be that guy.
So far, she's not coming across too extra in this video. I got a feeling we're getting a tame version. I'm sure there's another side that is a bit much, to say the least.
I like to think I'm a pretty self-aware person, so it's pretty hard for me to conceptualize this. It makes me feel like I have some blind spots about my personality, and maybe I do, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I do, everyone does. I can't see any other way than to just be myself, who is loving, kind, compassionate, warm, and that makes me too much. It's just so, I can't wrap my mind around it. Is it because I value emotional depth? Is it because I look at the world in a different way? Probably. But I'm trying to shift my mindset a little bit about this and not make it about me. How about it's not that I'm too much, it's that he's too little. He can't meet me in my emotional depth. He is as shallow as a kiddie pool.
Get off of your high fucking horse and realize ain't no prince coming for you. You ain't getting ready to walk into a motherfucker rolling out the red carpet for you.
This is absurd. This is absolutely absurd. So because he didn't like your personality or you did something that gave him the ick, that automatically means he's shallow as a pool. And you're not shallow for picking a guy who I'm 1000% positive is gorgeous, probably fit, and got a gym body. He had to pass that test before you would even reach out to him. By the time a woman is reaching out to a man trying to shoot her shot, he's incredible. He's a top 0.5%er. He's incredible.
All of my life experiences, though challenging, have made me who I am today, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I love who I am, and I know the right person will see me and value me. And hey, if no one does, maybe I'm meant to be single. Going through so many like rough experiences dating men, I'm like, am I asexual? Maybe I just should truly become a nun, never partake in any romantic anything for the rest of life. I was out to dinner with my friends the other night, and my friend brought up a good point, and I love a friend who challenges you. She said, do you think you choose this type of man knowing that they're going to reject you? Ooh, girl. You got me good. In a sense, yes, I'm very much attracted to like an artistic man. I like a pretty boy.
I told you so.
So for all the people who think I'm ridiculous and I'm making too many assumptions, there it is. I'm the basic bee whisperer. She just said it. I like artistic pretty boys.
These men who are super stylish and artistic, musicians, artists, whatever, they tend to be more emotionally unavailable. Tale as old as time. We always knew this. Do I subconsciously choose these types of men as a self-fulfilling prophecy, believing deep down that I'm not worthy for a relationship? So I choose these people knowing that they'll reject me.
It's not deep and philosophical. You're just shallow and superficial and have a huge ego, and you feel like I'm not settling for anything less than a 9 or 10. It's not anything deep. You're not deep.
When I listen to you,
I'm
it
just
does
telling
sound
the
like
truth. I'm just
car.
telling the truth.
Subscribe and hit the bell. It really helps the channel grow. Like and comment as well. Thank you.